make a review of this. I thought I'd already done one, but turns out I hadn't. Maybe it just got deleted or one of the memory cards corrupted. Who knows? But anyway, we're going to review this Neff W5420X1GB. It's an integrated washing machine. Obviously, it's not integrated at the minute because it's, well, not in a cupboard. But there you go. Anyway, that's the idea of integrated. It's behind a cupboard door. So naturally, this is actually all exposed. On a normal washing machine, you probably have like a plinth, a kick plate with a cover for the filter. The kickboard in the kitchen would cover this instead. Right. Well, let's kick off. You're not going to get much for your money in terms of options and programs, and yet this costs towards the end of its life £650. £650 for what is essentially a Bosch integrated. And bearing in mind, you can also get a Bosch version as well. That also being said, the Bosch integrated version is no real cheaper anyway, so it's not like you're going to save money. Right, that's the thing. All Neff appliances are Bosch Siemens appliances, so it doesn't matter what you buy, it's always going to be made by them in some form or way. Now, good thing about this Neff is that it's actually based on a high-end Siemens or Bosch, so that means it's the German-built one. That's the good thing as well. And actually, despite being very basic, before I kick off, with all the programs and options, it's actually got a lot going for it as well, since it's the German-made one. Right, we'll start off at the top here. So to turn the machine off at the end, you've got to make sure the dial is top dead centre with off. To turn it on, you can turn it on either way, from off. And we are greeted with 15 programs to select. That's it. That's your lot. And on top of that, you don't get variable temperature on top of that. Anyway, let's go through it. So, Cottons has 5 different temperatures apparently. Right, we've got 20, 40, 60, 60 again, and then 90 degree Cottons programs. We'll go through the options as well. So we've got Eco Plus Standard, which is available on actually quite a lot of programs. Effectively, what happens is if you select a cycle without the Eco Plus option selected, it runs the Express version of the program. So that means if you select it without, programs like on Cottons take about 1 hour 20 and Easy Cares take under an hour. But if you select Eco Plus, if you select it on with that aren't the 40 and 60 degree standard symbol ones, it will run a full length proper cycle instead for more heavily soiled items. So that means that Cottons then becomes around 2¼ hours instead. Right. So we got Cottons 20, 60 and 90 with the Eco Plus option. But the difference is here, so if we select 40 as normal with Eco Plus, it'll take about 2.5 hours or so to complete. If we select the 60 normal, it's 2¼ but if you select 60 and that, it becomes much longer but reduces a lot of energy instead. Both the 40 and the 60 is your standard program. Right. You can also have the pre-wash option, which will add on approximately 20 minutes to the cycle and run a 30-minute, 30-degree wash before the main wash. And you can have less ironing. Now the spin speed now has reduced from 1200 to 800, and that's because at the end of the cycle it will do a series of spins, which means that the cycle length can increase sometimes on these certain programs. and that helps reduce the creasing, so therefore there is then less ironing to do. Then we've got extra rinse, which is basically water plus. So not only does it add on extra rinse, but on certain programs as well, it will also raise wash and rinse water levels as well. Right, you've also got variable spin. Max spin on this machine is 1200 RPM. Obviously you go 1000, 800, 400 and rinse hold. Rinse hold will stop at the final rinse, and then when you want to continue, just press start pause and it will continue to do the full length final spin for it. You can pretty much combine all these options together, so it doesn't matter what you want. And that's available on the on all the Cottons programs and the Easy Care programs and the Delicates programs and the mix cycle. Right, go mix watch, they're all there. Right, one final note is that Cottons takes on its maximum load of 7 kilos for this machine. Right, the mix program is a short, roughly 3/4 hour wash to allow a half load, 3.5 kilograms, of mixed laundry from Cottons and Easy Cares at all colours to be washed at 30 degrees. It ends with a 1200 spin, but it is a shorter version of the Cottons cycle. So, it's a good hybrid of Cottons and Easy Cares put together. Again, all the options are available for it. Rinse and spin will do one Cottons rinse followed by a full length Cottons spin. So it allows 7 kilos to be rinsed and spun. Spin only will spin at up to maximum spin speed on a Cottons type spin cycle to spin out excess water. This is quite good if you've been hand washing items and you need to spin them, or if you just use, let's say, the Easy Care cycle and you kind of want to Cottons or heavy weight items to give them an extra spin. Drain only just drains out the water. That's it. That's all it does. It's there if you want to move from rinse hold there to drain water off instead of spinning the items. Then we've got the wool cycle. This will take around 40 minutes to complete at either 30 or cold, and allows 2 kilograms of wool items to be gently washed, rinsed and spun. There are no options available for wool. As mentioned previously, Delicates has all the options available. Eco Plus in this case will add on around 5 minutes to the wash cycle. That's good if you're washing moderately soiled clothes. Delicates allows 2 kilograms of delicate type fabrics to be washed in a higher wash water level and rinse level with no spinning in between other than the final spin. Therefore, maximum spin speed is preset at 400 RPM, although it can be increased to 800 RPM. If you want to obviously reduce creasing, just select the less ironing, and that will just limit it to 400 RPM instead. That means actually Delicates 30 will be quite good with less ironing for shirts, for example. Right. So then we've got Easy Care at 60, 40 and 30. Likewise, we can select all the options together if we wish. Naturally, they take under an hour. With Eco Plus on, they take around an hour and a quarter. And up to probably an hour and a half for the 60 degree version. It presets at 800, but you can increase it all the way up to 1200 RPM. Less ironing will limit the spin to 400 naturally, but that can be increased to 800 as well. And that's about it actually, that's all your options and programs. So what will be hidden behind your kick plate is this hose, which allows you to flick over and you can empty water that's in the machine before you open the filter. Your filter's there, it has a little runoff. This is quite clever, so you can put something underneath. And then you have this here, which is emergency door release on the machine. Now it has an electronic lock, So if the machine switches off and the door is locked, it will not open once the power is switched off. So you'll have to use that instead, and that will open the door. Right, final thing is either side, there's two of these, and this allows you to raise and lower the machine on the floor, so therefore you can get it to perfect height within your cabinet. Likewise, you have actually got the feet right at the bottom, which you actually need to adjust to make the machine level, but then you adjust it with that afterwards. Now this still has its magnets on, but it doesn't have its hinges. If you want replacement hinges, they're about 60 quid. Right, so we'll open up the door. We are welcomed by this drum. This is Bosch Siemens Vario soft drum. It is actually smaller than the 9 kilo found in that Series 8 that I've got, or a Logix 8 or Logix 9. But it's still pretty much the same kind of design. Now you've got these bobbles here with very tiny holes to prevent excess damage to fabric, and it increases wash performance. Again, these paddles, I'm saying again, that's in case you've not watched the Series 8. Again, so these paddles are designed so when the machine goes that way, clothes just sort of roll off like that, and when it goes this way, clothes are picked up and dropped. And that means you don't actually have to change the RPM spin speed to do the same trick. Right at the top here, we've got a hole here. Now this is connected to the drawer. So what this does is during the pre-wash and final rinse, water will enter the machine via here rather than down at the bottom. And that means it keeps your door glass clean, theoretically. So our drawer is the much better built German drawer. A lot thicker here, a lot thicker there, and you get the same standard size compartments for all your powder and fabric softener. Now this one takes 200ml, the main wash takes 400ml, and your fabric softener will take up to 200ml, but you'll never need to, ever, down to our compact fabric softeners. Now if we want, we can add liquid detergent, which actually we might do. So you can pull this out. Can be a bit stiff. This should pull out and then it will drop down. When you're done using the liquid compartment, you can just push this back up there. There's a little, can you see there? You push that there, and that will flip back up, slide backwards, and then you just have to push at the end there, and it will click in back in place. So we're going to select Easy Care. We're going to select 1200 spin. We're going to add on Eco Plus. Right, what we're going to do is hit start in a minute. Now you've got 4 icons here: wash, rinse, spin, and back to ready. Right, wash will come up during its wash stage, rinse will come up during its rinse stage, spin will come up its spin stage, ready will come up at the end, and is also the it will go from being solid to say it's finished, and it will unclick and it will start. Right, start pause will always flash to say it's ready to start. When you hit start pause, the LED will turn solid. So the machine switches between filling through the main wash compartment and the pre-wash compartment. So So if you accidentally put detergent in the pre-wash compartment, it will automatically take it in no matter what. Another thing you may have also noticed is that it has a brushed motor. So considering this is a £600-700 machine, to still have a brushed motor when all the other Bosches within the range, even cheaper ones, come with a inverter, it's a bit of a downside. Right, so what to give this out of 10 then? Well, it gets... Here's my problem with it. It's just the price of it. It's the pricing blip. But then again, it's an integrated machine. Bit of an odd one. So it kind of gives you... It doesn't really give you everything that you want on a machine. There's no quick wash, for example. And I would also say, because there isn't the word express written anywhere on it, it would probably confuse some people to how long the normal programs are. And so looking at it, there's no quick watch option, of course. But really, that's already kind of inbuilt with it. So, to give it out of 10, I'm going to give it 7 out of 10. It's sort of extremely good build quality, mixed with some very basic features, with a higher price tag. Bit of an odd result, but that's also being said, I wouldn't necessarily not be happy with it if I had it myself. So there we go. Right, a couple other things as well. I think the letdown of a brushed motor over an inverter lets us down a bit, and the fact that it's only 1200 spin. It could have just been, it should have been really just sort of like a 1400 and that was it. But there we go. Right, thanks for watching. And I hope you enjoyed this review. Don't forget to like, subscribe for more reviews, and I'll see you in the next video.